Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's event, the webinar, Empowering Libraries in the AI Era, Ethical Engagement, Strategic Adoptions, and Professional Development will start in 1 minute. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. On behalf of the IFLA Continuing Professional Development and Workplace Learning Sessions, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar, Empowering Libraries in the AI Era, Ethical Engagement, Strategic Adoptions, and Professional Development. As chair of the CPDWL, Continuing Professional Development and Workplace Learning Session, I'm truly honored to open these sessions and share this exciting moment with all of you. This webinar is part of a special series leading to the IFLA World Library and Information Congress 2025, and I'm thrilled to share some incredible news. The most recent webinar in the series achieved a record-breaking 612 registered, the highest number in the series so far. And participants joined us from over 23 countries around the world, spanning continents and cultures, including Italy, the United States, Jamaica, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Spain, Germany, Brazil, India, South Africa, France, the Philippines, Malaysia, New Zealand, Argentina, Switzerland, and the Netherlands, Thailand, Egypt, and Greece. This remarkable turnout is a testament to the global interest, enthusiasm, and commitment to professional development in the library field. On behalf of the CPDWL sessions, I want to sincerely thank everyone who helped promote this event and contribute to its success. Today's webinar reflects the incredible power of collaboration. It highlights the ways in which library professionals across the globe are coming together to address shared challenges and opportunities presented by the rapidly evolving AI landscape. This session is the result of a joint effort supported by the 6 IFLA Regional Division Committees, including Asia and Oceania, Europe, Latin America and Caribbean, North America, the Middle East and North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa. These committees represent the diversity of the library profession and the unique perspectives and innovations that each region brings to our committee. Their collective contributions have made this event possible, and I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the committee members for their dedication and support in making this webinar series a success. As we explore the topics empowering libraries in the AI era, we will discuss how libraries can ethically and strategically adopt AI technologies while fostering professional development to meet the needs of our communities. AI offers immense possibility for enhancing library services, operation, and access to information, but it also demands that we remain vigilant about ethical consideration, inclusivity, and privacy. Today's sessions will provide thought-provoking insights and practical strategies to help us navigate these evolving landscape with confidence and responsibilities. I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to our distinguished speakers today, Sean Philip Moore and Iman Mehdi Khamis, as well as the representatives of the 6 regional division committees. Your expertise and perspectives will enrich our understanding of how libraries can thrive in this transformative era. Finally, I want to thank all of you, our global audience, for taking the time to join us today. Whether you are tuning in from your morning, afternoon, or evening, your presence here demonstrates your commitment to learning, growth, and collaboration. Together, as a global library community, we can embrace the opportunities of the AI era while upholding our shared values of equity, access, and lifelong learning. If you have any questions for your speakers or the Regional Division Committee representatives, we'd like to hear from you. Please feel free to submit your questions using the Q&A features in this Zoomed webinar. Just a quick note, today's session is being recorded. After the event, the recording and the collected PowerPoint files will be shared on the event webpage for you to revisit or share with colleagues. To help us ensure a high-quality recording, we kindly ask that you keep your microphone muted throughout the sessions. Thank you so much for your cooperation. We're excited to have you with us today. And this is a very inclusive webinar, and we're excited to offer you the options to choose your preferred language for the captions on your screen. Activating this feature is simple. Here's how you can do it. First of all, click the arrow next to the CC Close Caption button on your Zoom toolbar. Then enable Translation toggle. From the top down menu, choose your preferred caption language, such as Spanish. And if you like, you can also select Show Original and select Language to display both the speaker's original language and your chosen language side by side on the screen. So please note that while the translation features is designed to improve understanding, it may not always provide a perfect translation. We hope these features enhances your experience during today's webinar. Now, let me introduce you to our first esteemed speaker, Jean-Philippe Moore. Jean-Philippe Moore is in charge of artificial intelligence AI at the National Library of France, Bibliothèque Nationale de France. He works on the National Library of France AI programs and projects. He participates in national and international research projects on these subjects. Previously, he was Gallica's scientific advisor and National Library of France optical character recognition expert. He began his career as a computer research and development engineer and project manager, and has worked as a scientific editor and consultant in the publishing industry. He is chair of the Conference of European National Librarians AI in Libraries Network Group and a member of the Artificial Intelligence for Libraries, Archives, and Museum, and International Image of Interoperability Framework Committees. Joining Sean is Iman Mehdi Khamis. Iman Mehdi Khamis is a library and information science leader, AI and data science expert, and advocate for smart libraries with over 19 years of experience in academic and public libraries. She specializes in digital transformation, AI applications in libraries, and collection development. Iman holds a CIPLIB accredited Master's in Library and Information Science, a Master of Science in Data Science and AI, and is currently pursuing a Doctor of Education at Johns Hopkins University. She has played a key role in shaping library operations at institutions such as Northwestern University in Qatar and Biblioteca Alessandrina. Are frequent keynote speakers and researchers. Iman actively contributes to international conferences and publications on AI-driven library advancement. Her notable publications include a chapter in the Fundamentals of Artificial Intelligence for Library, The Greater Soul 2025, at Editing of the Application of Artificial Intelligence in Libraries, AGI, Global 2024, and contributions on AI-powered chatbots and book recommender systems in library science research. Through her work, Iman aims to bridge the gaps between traditional library sciences and emerging technologies, ensuring libraries remain at the forefront of the innovation. In this webinar, we are profoundly honored to also have all representatives from 6 IFLA Regional Division Committees, including different chairs joining us for Q&A sessions and the wrap-up of the webinar. They include Eutoro Semen, Chair of the Europe Regional Division Committees, Janet Lebon Ramons, Chair of the IFLA Latin America and Caribbean Regional Division Committee, Saif Al-Jabbar, Chair of the IFLA Middle East and North Africa Regional Division, Diane Cohen, Chair of the North America Regional Division Committee, and also Ayanda Lavallee, Chair of the IFLA Sub-Saharan Africa Regional Division. And also, we have the Vice Chair of the IFLA Asia-Oceania, Sanjay Kulmabihani, joining us today. So, thank you all for being with us today. And now, to officially open our webinar, it's my pleasure to pass the floor to our first speaker, Sean Philippe Moore, Head of AI Mission, National Library of France. Sean, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you for the presentation. And firstly, thank you for this invitation. So I have 20 minutes, so I will try to keep in time and to show you what we are actually doing right now at the BNF and the way we are doing, and maybe a short insight on the plan first, outline of this presentation. So I will talk about a little bit about how we are organization, or how we are working with AI, what kind of project, research project or implementation project, and finally a small conclusion about the strength of collaboration and partnership. So to begin with, AI is not so new for us, and I think for most of our colleagues, because we started to think about AI implementation at the very beginning of our mass digitization program, meaning the beginning of the 21st century, particularly around 2025, when we started to deploy mass digitization at the BNF thanks to OCR. And OCR is obviously a high process. Then we have been confronted with a technical revolution around 2012, which means we tried to first leverage what was going on in 2022, 2014 with computer vision, with the first language models. And during this area, it was mainly, we were mainly focusing on research and research and development. But it was not the time for us to implement, to put a project or new services at scale. That's why we try to better think about the way we could organize this shift. And it was around 2018, 2019 when we decided with other big national libraries or university libraries to work together. So in 2019, we decided to work on our roadmap. which led us to this kind of thoughts about a 5 pillars roadmap, making AI as a very important part of our global strategy. Another very major and very important pillar was the implementation of training program, how we can develop new skills with our colleagues at large scale. We also had to think about the infrastructure, the way we were dealing with our data, with our silos of collection and so on. And as I said previously, we are not alone. It's obvious that we are at IFLA or within other organization and initiative. We are all facing the same challenges. So we at the very beginning of 2020, we decided to join the IFLA conference you just mentioned, Elaine. So a couple of slides about our governance, the way we are organized. So basically, it's a small team of 6 to 8 colleagues from various services department, from various backgrounds. We are all working together at full time, like me, or at share time for other colleagues. This team is not doing. This team is really implying in organization, animation of the AI activity within the library, and around us, roughly speaking, we are 50. It really depends of the project, but we are 50 at some point implied in some ways with AI project, AI thinking, AI training, and so on. For the last 4 years, we dedicated a lot of time about communicating with our colleagues, training our colleagues, from technical trainings to like the magazine I'm just showing you, trying to accommodate the way the BNF is shifting from shifting to the AI era. I'm not going to dig into this slide, but it's really again our activity relying on the governance, the animation, the coordination, how to upgrade the skills among our colleagues, the way we are dealing with project, but I will detail this later, and a lot of investment for sure, obviously on our IT computing infrastructure. I was talking about project. This slide, again, it's complex, but I'm not going to dig it, but rather show you some samples from this program of project. It's very classic. As you can see on the right corner, our 5 axes. The first one is about cataloging. The second one is about managing our collection, physical and digital. The third one is about dissemination, how to search into a collection, discovery, and so on. It's very classic. It's not new, but we think I could help us on this past and very classic and ongoing 5 domains. And again, for us, I would say there are no AI project on just standard project, but they are in some way very different because they are data driven. They are also very different in the way that business cases, use cases, interaction with the colleagues or the end users implied in this project is very important. But again, it's always a digital project. So maybe the most important part is that my AI team at some point is leaving the project to a team, and the team then is working on the project, which has every time it's on a life cycle. But again, a AI team and an AI project is always dealing with very classic project. As you can see, we tried, at the very beginning, we tried to apply a vertical approach based on use cases. More recently, we try to, at the same time, to behave in a slightly different ways in a horizontal cross-functional approach, meaning, and I will focus later on this approach. We are trying now to let our colleagues, internal colleagues, directly work with AI devices, AI services, AI tools. And it's obviously it's very important to listen to our end users. So now we are more efficient, we are more organized. It's easier for us to engage our end users and ask them directly what kind of services they would like. First approach, as Chris said, for our internal colleagues. In 2022, we launched our first AI experience program. We have been able to accommodate 3 projects in 2022 and 2023. Now, considering the higher demand from our internal colleagues, we have been able to accommodate this year 12 projects. This internal program is very simple. We always ask our colleagues what kind of I would like to test, what kind of new services we are envisioning for you or for our users. And we are gathering one project, so one person from the business department with one developer. And we allow this particular developer to work for a basis of 40 days per year on this very specific project. And again, the topics are very classic. It can be handwriting, text recognition. It can be computer vision applied to our collection, edit cataloging, but also for everyday tasks. I will say this year we received many ideas, many demands regarding the way our colleagues are working every day as a basis. They are working with Excel, with Word. Now I would like to work with LLMs, coding assistant, and so on. So this program has been quite successful. I just mentioned collections, but a lot of this project are dealing with our internal archives, as you can see. How to deal with pictures taken in our book restoration workshop, how to deal with this kind of forms. We have hundreds of thousands of dead archives, paper archives, but it would be very interesting to digitize and data mine. This is one of the first project in 2022, again dealing with computer vision to search into our internal pictures workshops. It was very interesting. This other project is dealing with using AI for edit cataloging when a colleague is scanning, is digitizing press agency pictures, and they are looking for information. They are looking for metadata to input into our catalogs. And as these pictures are from press agencies, French press agency from the very beginning of the 20th century, it's likely these pictures have been used by press, newspapers or magazines. So thanks to computer vision techniques, we are able to align, to match pictures with the very same pictures in the newspapers. So it's basic computer vision, but it's very helpful for our colleagues. I just mentioned that it's not always about collection. It can be how to help our developers, our IT scientists to better work. So we tried in 2023 to let our developers use this kind of AI assistant for improving the efficiency or the way we're dealing with coding. Now it's season 2 for this internal program. And as you can see, between 2022 and 2025, a lot happened in computer vision, in I would say at scale in the area high technology side. Now our colleagues from the collection, there are librarians, there are curators. Thanks to this kind of platform, on the left side, it's a RoboFlow. It's a web platform for computer vision training. It's very efficient for them to annotate, to train their own models, computer vision models, on specialized collection like the one I'm showing here. On the right side, it's there are magazines. On the left side, it's medieval manuscript. Now, I would say our librarians, our curators are able to train their own computer vision models using this kind of platform. Season 2, another big shift is now we are living in the area of large language models. We launch an internal model farms, as you can see. This is the picture of a web platform, an internal web platform, allowing our users to pick up a model, open source models, I have to say, and to play with this model for very large scale of use cases, from cataloging to RAG, and this model forms web platform has been very successful. A lot of colleagues are using it and trying to deploy their own use cases. Next section about what we are doing on the research side. We have been working a lot on computer vision. So again, it's another demonstrator developed with our French partner about how to use computer visions to look for a similarity, to look for to let end users, our public or internal users, to look for similar images. This demonstrator has been developed with our colleagues from Oxford University. It's open. You just have to ask me for password, but it's public. And again, this platform let our users to play with our iconographic collections at scale. Now, again, on this computer vision techniques and the power they have regarding our task, and particularly from the very beginning of the cycle of collection. Within this research project, we are trying to catalog and digitize at the same time. Meaning we have very large collections. It's very difficult to first catalog these items and then digitize. So we are changing the paradigm. We are doing some kind of smart digitization, and the digitization is populating our catalog. So it's kind of a revolution for, I would say, large scale iconographic collection like this, wallpapers, pictures, architect drawings, and so on. Some kind of tools, samples from the tools or the toolboxes we are using right now. I had a few words previously about LLMs. It's there is a big shift right now on LLMs and eventually on visions, multimodal vision models, embedding both text and images. So this project is dealing with a chatbot in our Gallica end user portal. It's a way for us to test if this kind of chatbot can be used for let our users to better search and to better look in our collection and to help them to deal with the complexity of our catalogs and collection. Another research project on how to fine-tune, how to specialize these LLMs regarding our heritage use cases. So again, it's a way for us to move from OCR to more modern approaches. AI is very useful also can be very useful also for a specialized collection like musical score partition. Here we are dealing with applying OCR, a kind of OCR, optical music recognition, on top of our printed scores collection. I'm just cutting here over example from everywhere in the world where other colleagues are trying or already have implemented some kind of eventually chatbots or LLMs to their collections. Some of these examples are very impressive. And finally, deployment at scale, because I just mentioned previously what we are doing as experiments, what we are currently doing with research. We tried at the very beginning. We tried to launch this large scale project. We launched this very first attempt in 2020. We launched this project in 2023. It's a very basic, it's very classic. We have right now in Gallica we have more than 12 million of documents. A large part of this collection, as you can imagine, are full of illustrations. So we are using AI to find the illustration, to characterize this large-scale iconographic collection, and to build a new database full of illustration. This is going to be a new Gallica database, but dedicated to illustration, a very large scale, as you can see the figures. So we are using AI to, as Chris said, to find where are our illustration, to detect eventually the rotation. We are also trying to guess what kind of illustration when we don't have, and it's very it can be very useful to detect what kind of techniques is the illustration. Is it a map? Is it a drawing? We're also trying to guess, thanks to AI models, the function or the genre of the illustration. Is it a landscape? Is it an urban landscape taken from a picture, and so on. We are also trying to implement LLMs in production. Not only trying to experiment, but also we are trying this year to implement our first LLMs in production. It's a partnership between two public entities, so BNF and INA. INA is the French legal deposit for television and radio. At BNF, we are trying to use this LLM for OCR post correction and eventually for edit cataloging. So it's quite challenging because implementing LLMs means designing a new pipelines, new workflow, running LLM at scale. And here we are dealing with a collection of 150 million pages of OCR, so it's very ambitious. And finally, a couple of slides on collaboration and partnership, but Hélène already mentioned all the institution initiative and community we are dealing with, or partners of. It's very important, and it has been very important for us at the very beginning, from European research project to what we are working on right now with within the CNL, IFLA, the IIIF Consortium, IFLA. We're also dealing with French-speaking with the French-speaking area because these LLMs are linguistic creatures. So it's very important for us to be part of our French-speaking community and to try to build better LLMs dealing with our language and culture. In 2021, we our BNF Data Lab opened and it's a service dedicated to researchers. So we are operating this service with the French Center for Research, Centres Humanum. It has been very important for us to open this new service. In 2021, we began to accommodate and to host researchers, research project. And now in 2025, all these research projects are dealing at some point with AI. So this data lab is also a way for us to accelerating our digital transformation. It's also a way for us to be supported, to have a physical space, to have access to computing infrastructure. So it has been very important for us to build this community of interest around research activity, digital collections, and more recently artificial intelligence. And I think that's it. We are still facing a couple of challenges because it's always very difficult to prioritize project when the technology is evolving so fast. It's also always a matter for us to financing this project. They are all digital projects, but some of them are dealing with AI, so it's not always easy to accommodate this large program of projects. We have investing a lot in infrastructure. Now, as I said, it's very difficult to us to keep the pace with, but I'm pretty sure it's the same for all of you, to keep the pace with the technology evolution. And we're also facing some legal issues, or I would say the way to deal with LLMs, large language models, the way to deal with private companies who are training these LLMs regarding our collection, regarding also our copyright, legal copyright framework. So finally, we have been focusing during the last year on some kind of update to our 2021 roadmap, and this is now our motto. We are always dealing with improving the way we are offering new services to our user and to our colleagues. We are also, again, we would like to strengthen our relationship with the research community, but at the same time, we also have to be very open to the French-speaking world, meaning the public AI ecosystem and the private AI ecosystem regarding our the power of our collections. Thank you so much again for your invitation and for your attention.
Let me fix this first. Okay, wonderful. So thank you so much, Sean, for your thought-provoking and insightful presentation. Your expertise and innovative application of AI at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France truly highlights the transformative potential of technology in cultural institutions. And we deeply appreciate your sharing these inspiring ideas with us today. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Imad Mahdi Khamis. At AI and data science expert with over 19 years of experience in academic and public libraries. Iman specialized in digital transformation, AI application in libraries and collection development, and she'll sharing her insight on futures of libraries. Iman, the door is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation, Helen, and thank you for the CPDWL for the invitation as well. Thank you everybody for attending. I have to say I'm under the weather today, so bear with me. My work today is going to just highlight what has been done in other in terms of the usage of AI in libraries. And yes, I do have dual degree. One of my degrees is in library science and the other degree is in data science. And actually, this is where I found it very interesting how these two sciences are intertwined in many very different way. I will try to be as much as possible to be on time. So if I'm over, please, Helen, just say something to me. Libraries and AI opportunities. By looking around the world, by seeing other people experiment, we can see that there's a huge number of opportunities to all type of libraries, whether you are a school library, university library, academic library, public library. There's a huge opportunity of the usage of AI in libraries. And today we're going to see a lot of examples together. First of all, I wanted to highlight this article that I have come encounter with while I was preparing for this presentation. It's called The Future of Libraries with AI and Automation by Jason Adams. And Jason actually listed this 14 application of AI and automation in libraries with examples. If you didn't get a chance to read it, please go ahead and read it. It's very interesting piece of work and very exciting to see what other libraries are doing with the use of AI. I'm gonna show you the first example, which is the subject indexing with ANIF. So ANIF is an open source. Everybody can use this source. It's actually open source on GitHub, which you can use to automate subject heading. ANIF, I believe it is developed in the National Library of Finland. I'm gonna show you a short video that is available on YouTube, just to give you a tutorial about what to expect when you use ANIF for subject indexing.
Welcome to this ANIF tutorial video. In this video, we will get to know the web user interface of ANIF. The command line is great for administrative tasks, such as setting up and training ANIF, but for simply testing ANIF with various texts, the command line is not so handy. For that purpose, there exists the web user interface, which can be used in any web browser. The web user interface is started on the command line. The command is ANIF run. If you are running ANIF within a Docker container, you need to add also a host option, --host 0.0.0.0. The option can be added also when not using Docker. The web UI is now running. If wanted, it could be stopped by pressing Ctrl+C. To use the web user interface, I open a web browser and I go to address localhost. I use port 5000 by adding a colon and 5000. Here we find the web UI. There is a big empty field where the text to get suggestions for can be typed or copy-paste. For example, here I copy-paste the introduction part from the Wikipedia article about the National Library of Finland. On the right, there is a menu for selecting a project. I select a DFIDF project. The suggestions can be fetched by clicking this button. Here are the suggested subjects.
So I will just stop here and start explaining what's going on. So basically, this is a machine learning model that automatically put subject indexing to anything that you can see. He basically just copied an article from Wikipedia, and immediately the software managed to accurately put suggested subject that reflect what is the article about.
Welcome.
Another example that I have seen on the internet of using ANIF, but it's a very short video. I'm gonna show it to you now. It's giving you another idea of how to expect subject indexing would be in the future with the use of AI technology. So basically, using your mobile phone camera, this as you can see, the librarian or the user is just taking a photo of the computer, and this is a OCR of what is happening immediately. All of this is happening immediately, and then you get list of the subject headings or the subject indexing. Another example of smart libraries is this article highlighting, which is the article title is Automatically Cataloging Scholarly Article Using the Library of Congress Subject Heading. So now we're getting more into subject heading using library LCSH. It's more into our daily technical services activities. So this article that's written by Nazmul and Natalie and Indika, they have done they have scrapped the internet, the web internet to extract keywords for collection of articles, and then they map this what they have scrapped with this keyword to LSCH names. And for developing what they called a gold standard data sets. For their case study, they used a biology-related Library of Congress subject heading concept, and they developed a predictive model to formulate the task as a multi-label classification problem. It's very fascinating, actually. Like, so in the future, we can already imagining the computer and the AI doing a lot of the subject heading indexing in a very accurate manner. Another example here, this is not an ad, but it's a very interesting example of a smart library where it can do access control management, it can unregister persons alarm, and also it can book in, check in, and check out system. So let's see together what. So what we have just seen is that we saw the technology, face recognition technology used in action in registering and unregistering users, and checking in and out item at the same time. It's gonna make the future a little bit easier for what we do every day. Another example as well for a smart library, which is a very interesting tool that I come encounter while preparing for this talk, is a new library search, AI search, which basically it's similar to LLM's model that we all encounter with, but this is tailored to your library catalog in a way or another. So what we mean here, like we all have this when we sit on the desk, on the front desk, sometimes in the reference desk, we have a lot of questions about like, I'm looking for this book that looks this way or that way, that was read, that has a pie on it. I'm going to show you a short video of how they manage actually to
Introducing Talpa Search, a magical new AI-powered library search. Talpa uses the power of new technologies and the trust and authority of library data to return books and other media from your library's collection. Talpa is best for "what's that book?" questions. Let's say you've been wanting to read that book where a boy is stuck on a boat with a tiger, but you cannot remember the title. Talpa can find it. The Life of Pi. What about that movie with the six-fingered man? Talpa returns the movie and the book. Looking for something broader, like alien invasion movies or novels about World War II in France? Talpa does that too. Talpa even offers a way to answer those everlasting, "I know it had a blue cover" type questions with an innovative cover search. Ask for time travel romance with a blue cover, and it finds Outlander, among many other titles. Ask for thriller with Mona Lisa on the cover, and it finds the Da Vinci Code. Talpa is currently being tested out in libraries around the world and is already gaining great feedback. To learn more about how it all works, or to try it out for yourself, go to talpa.ai.
Another way of using AI to give us our patron, our student, our faculty, our user all over the world, the experience that they are looking for and they are wishing for to have, because everybody who comes to the library are expecting to have a similar experience that they have in other softwares, like why library search is not as Google. So we are getting there by using all of these tools. Another good example is the use of AR, which is augmented reality, and VR, virtual reality, in libraries. It has been used for like at least the last 10 years. I have seen it myself in many libraries, and it's very, very handy and useful. As you can see on the left-hand side, you can see the AR is used, augmented reality is used in libraries where just by pointing out your mobile phone, you can see like the sections of the books, what is the subject of the section of the books. I also saw it used for like direction question, where is the bathroom and things like that. On the other side, you can see AR used for medical library, just to help a student get with their study in a much easier manner. Another example for a VR specifically is the Gringer Engineering Lab, or IDEA Lab, what they call the Virtual Reality Lounge in the library, in which they provide the student with the software and the goggles that is needed for them to create their own work and experience when it comes to VR and AR. I've seen a lot of journalistic pieces that has been done by VR, which is very creative. But again, there's a lot of things we have to think about here, including ethical point of view and other side of things. Another example of smart libraries, I have encountered this lovely article about sensory in library spaces at SMU libraries. The Lika Xing Library have recently included what they call a section of heat maps. So they provide you as a user with the heat maps, where are the area that is crowded in the library and which the other area that is not crowded in the library. It gives the user insights of many things, and it gives us policymaker and decision maker a lot of insights. It gives us a real-time data visualization, what's happening in the library, where are the crowded area, why this area is not that as crowded as the other area, and so many things that we can get, so many insights that we can get of such feature. And most importantly, it was used, I think, during COVID, just to enforce social distancing when it comes to area that was more crowded than the other area. That is a very promising as well, a piece of technology. Another promising piece of technology which is the application that can include a lot of AI features in it, things like chatbot, things also like book recommendation system and other things. I'm just going to show you the short clip of this one example.
Forgot your library card? Use the app. Want to read New York Times? Use the app. Looking to check out books? Use the app. Looking for a story time? Use the app. Searching for a book? Use the app. Want to use the digital creation space? Use the app.
That's a great way to have everything available for your patron in one place at the same time while using technology like AI and machine learning. A lot of good uses that came out of Library of Congress, and I also urge you to go and check them out. They keep in updating them and editing them. A lot of use cases. For an example, they have created a machine readable text for digitization documents with optical character recognition, which we call the OCR. Parsing legislative data, for an example, the National Library Services for Blind and Print Material were experimenting available machine learning model to synthesize and compress long books into a succinct manner and engaging content for the user themselves. I'm not going to go through all of them one by one, but I urge you to go and check them out. And a lot of those can be applicable to your own library as well. Those cases from Library of Congress that I want to highlight are a little bit exciting. The first two cases came out of an innovator in resident program. The first one is about they apply the machine learning to extract visual content from the library digital collection. The goal was to make these images available to the users in an active visualizing manner, like a timeline or a map. Brian Fu, he developed an algorithm that's capable to identify segments of audio visual content, which appear to contain music. Like since I deal with a lot of film students, so they come and asking about specific part of the music that is used in many films. If they can get that piece of information, how this music has been used over the year, they could come up with a lot of insights, and this is what Brian Fu is trying to do. Two other examples where AI can be very helpful is in preservation and rare materials, because in preservation, machine learning can easily help in collection management and preservation, because they can investigate by using like image segmentation to automated what we call extraction of the call number of like photo and stacks and material for data that those part of the material really needed an intervention. We can also create a heat map where like in which part of your rare material or your manuscript material is in need of preservation immediately. As well as in rare material, where they suggest that they train the machine learning model to be able to extract content from handwritten manuscript material. Anybody work with handwritten manuscript material knows that how hard it is to extract any visual content out of it. taking you to another topic, which is also using AI and machine learning, which is robotics in library. The image there is actually from a project. I think it's in either Abu Dhabi or Dubai, which they have used what they call a telepresence robots in library. They talked about the challenges and they talked about the opportunities while using it. But for me, what was very exciting is that this robots can be used to enhance accessibility for specific users with disabilities. They can give you like visual writing, the sign language that they can provide it, which is a service that's hard to provide in all libraries, but a robot can provide it easily. And also they can enable remote user access to material that's not available in their local library. A lot of things. Also, this article is up online. You can also read it in details if you are interested. I'm giving you another example of the use of robotics in libraries in the US.
These days, our interactions with technology are increasing at a rapid pace. From products like ChatGPT to automated phone systems, we often find ourselves talking to machines as if they were human. But while some of us might find that cold and scary, for others, it's exactly the interaction we need. Elise Preston has the story from Southern California.
I'm Luki.
This is the start of a futuristic friendship for Luke Sepulveda.
In different spaces, you don't know how he's going to react. So I was just hoping for the best.
Ella Sepulveda's 4-year-old son is on the autism spectrum. She wants to make sure he can communicate with the world around him.
He was locked into that robot.
Yeah.
You're
sweet.
smiling.
I know, that's
from
sweet.
the inside out.
Just knowing that a robot can engage his attention, that makes me happy.
Here at the Santa Ana Public Library, robots are specially programmed to teach children with autism. 1 in 36 children in the U.S. is on this spectrum.
That is the square. Touch the square.
So you got the idea. So it can be used a lot to help to give access and to give services to a specific part of the patron that it was very hard to be able to satisfy all over the world, because not all libraries have the resources to deal with autistic students or other people with other students with disabilities. One thing that also was brought up in this video is that humans tend to get bored, to get frustrated, but robots don't. And specific students with a specific need and children with specific needs are actually in dire to this type of interaction, someone that can keep telling them the same thing over and over and again without being frustrated. So that's another example of the use of the robotics in libraries is in actually the National Library of Singapore, which robots are being used in shelf reading and also in delivering books all over the campus, specifically during the COVID time where the interaction was less than normal with library staff. So that article as well, which was called Transforming Library Operation with Robotics, it talks about the Singapore Public Library, how they have used robots in automation in a lot of the library tasks, things like shelf reading and help staff, prepare staff. I also, if you are interested in this topic, please go ahead and read it. It's a very interesting article. Another piece of technology that I thought was very interesting, that when I saw it in one of the Web Summit conferences, where they show a robot, a cyber dog actually, who can smell and give you accurate data about the odor of the place. I'm going to show you a very short clip about how it looked.
Show the screen, please. Do you see it? So this is the line going up. So for the first time, we have demonstrated now for the whole world to see, outside of a laboratory, we are showing a machine that is part animal and part machine that is detecting smell in real time. And feel free to tweet about it. Thank you. Now, for most people, they don't realize that every day you deal with smell more than you deal with vision or you deal with touch. In fact, how you pick your friends is influenced by their sense of how your friends smell. So show the screen, please.
So
Sure, this-
for me was very interesting, and I thought that if this type of technology is in my library, I would get a lot of insights on the space itself. He also mentioned how the importance of smells to human interaction. So I can design the space differently. I can see the places in the library that shouldn't smell this way. And even it can give me insights in terms of collection preservation, making sure that the humidity and the odor in the spaces is the right way. Think about it this way. I'm wrapping up my presentation, talking quickly about there's a lot of digital scholarship that also can be used, that can use AIs in their project, or what we call digital humanities. Some of the digital humanities projects well known are the Coronavirus Resource Center, we all are familiar with, the maps of London, where actually you can go through history and see how London evolves by time, the ArcNet by MIT, and the Music 21. I'm just going to go quickly through my last few slides. I'm happy to answer any question after that. Also in academic library, it's very important to acknowledge the use of AI and to help authors to identify when they have used AI as an author, how to cite that and how to make sure to declare that clearly. Librarian must be able to know how to help faculty and in this term at the same time. I'm not gonna go through this, but I'm just gonna give you a glimpse of what we can do as well. This is a hologram project that is called Heritage by Hologram or something like that. I forgot the real name, the name of it, but I can send it to you later. Where actually they bring historic characters in life, and I just want to show you guys how the audience reacted to this singer. So this singer has died like 44 years ago, a very famous singer back home in Egypt, and she performed 44 years later in the opera house, in the real opera house back in Egypt, where that was not for me the important part. The important part was like how the audience reacted to her performance, to the hologram performance. You can even see at the end, the audience are chanting again and again and again, which get me the idea. I've seen it as well in other libraries where like we can actually do some holograms for historical character or for like Shakespeare or for other character that can help students or can help our user to understand our collection better and get them into more of understanding the whole type of services that have been done by the libraries. Scholarly communication as well. Just my conclusion at the end is AI is never gonna be replacing librarians. Actually, it's empowering us at the moment. From intelligent search to personalized recommendation, AI enhances how we connect with our users with knowledge as well. Librarians are evolving into another role for us, which is data stewards, AI ethics, and digital literacy leader. Libraries are becoming innovation hubs, not information repository anymore. We have to embrace AI, meaning that more strategic role, deeper community engagement, and smarter services library. So our future with AI is not less human in my point of view. I think it's more powerful, relevant, and essential than ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Iman, for your enlightening presentation and your expertise and insights into the digital transformation and the application of AI in libraries of the future were truly inspiring. We deeply value the knowledge you've shared with us today. So now we will move on to the Q&A sessions where participants will have the opportunity to engage further with our esteemed speakers. These sessions will be hosted by Janet Labondo Ramos, Chair of the Latin America and Caribbean Regional Division Committee, with the assistance of Sanjay Kamar Bihani, the Vice Chair of the Asia-Oceania Regional Division Committee. And then Janet and Sanjay, the floor is yours. You have 15 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Helen. As Helen said, I'm going to be the moderator of the Q&A session with Sanja, and I'm going to start. Thank you to the presenter for the excellent webinar. First of all, thank you to all for being here. In Spanish, I'm going to say un saludo a mis colegas de Latinoamérica y el Caribe que están conectados desde Argentina, Trinidad y Tobago, Jamaica, Bolivia, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, y si se me quedó alguno, un saludo muy especial. So let's go to start with the question. We have 15 minutes. Yes, Helen?
Yes.
So I don't see any question in the chat. But let's see if Sanja help me. If you have a question, please write the question in the chat. We can read the question. But I know that the share have one of our share have a question. Diane, if you can turn on the microphone, please.
Sure. Well, thank you. Thank you to our speakers. Truly inspirational. I wanted to congratulate Jean-Philippe on really the very innovative work that's happening at the BNF, both with your team, the staff at the BNF, but also with your partners, both from what I can see, commercial as well as other institutions. And I mean, you're really breaking new ground or breaking ground in the library world. So we're at a really interesting time in the world. Iman gave us amazing exposure to what is happening in all types of libraries. And the links and the tools and the input you gave this morning, I think our audience it really appreciates. My question is, for institutions that aren't the BNF, that aren't the Library of Congress, can each of you speak to the challenges of the types of skills or experimentation or work that smaller institutions across the world could start with? So I'll turn the floor over to perhaps Jean-Philippe to begin.
Yes, thank you so much for this particular interesting question. And obviously, it's a topic. We are not always, but very often asked the very same question. I would say 4 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago, it wasn't easy to start an AI program or project, but now, thanks to I would say at least democratization of this kind of techniques, it's more easier. It's easier for researchers, for students, and eventually for small size institution to start with, because now we have access to and I mentioned a couple of examples. We have access to open source models, web platform. Some of them are private, but others eventually offer at very small cost because they are all in competition. So the cost of training, the cost of inferring using these models have decreased during the last 3 years. So it's easier, but again, it really depends of your ambition. But I would say now to try chatbots, to try computer vision, to apply OCR on small size to medium size collection, it's much more effective, and it's not costless, but I would say it's accessible for small teams from the heritage sector or from the research sector.
Wonderful.
Oh.
So don't be afraid to experiment.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much.
Oh,
So-
and Iman was about to give her answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a very interesting question, actually very important at the same time, because I work in a very small library, in a small institution, and I get that feeling. And two things that is related to, I can answer your question in two parts. Like the first part is that we can provide knowledge, and again we can provide support. So most of the small libraries, or most of the academic libraries that I have been encountered with, and I have been in conversation with, we are all talking about how we can educate our community, how we can make them understanding the use of AI, how can we make our students understand the use of generative AI in classes, and what are tools that is available for them in terms of whatever they are doing. Like our students, for an example, are creative students, so they are journalists and filmmaker and documentary maker. So we help them in understanding what's available for them. This is what our role at the moment, because we don't have, again, a big community or a big a budget that we can put in innovation and creating our own models. The other thing is that we need to educate ourselves, because building up a model or solving a problem, that's the thing about AI and about machine learning. It's a very democratizing type of tool, because everybody can use it. You just need to know how to use it. You do not need a lot of money to understand how to code, for an example, or maybe you need money to digitize your collection, but like you don't need money to work on coding or things like that. But the other thing is, just with the knowledge that we can have, we need to we can get into bigger projects. We can get more than one libraries in a bigger project that we can all serve in together. That's my answer from my part, like working in a very small, we are only 3-4 librarians. So that's our day-to-day work and our day-to-day challenge with AI and machine learning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane, for the question, and also thank you, John and Ayman, for the answers. We have another question in the chat. Thank you for that, and also have some positive comment. Very enrichment, very informative session, and also one person asked if they going to be opportunity to share the presentation. Si van a tener oportunidad de tener las presentaciones de los ponentes. Así que maybe podemos contestar más adelante. We can continue with the question in the chat. For example, Damjana said, is changing library material, let's say picture, ethical? And changing or coloring photos. I don't know if I read it very good, the question in English. Maybe Sanja, help me, please.
I'm seeing a question in Q&A.
Yeah, Damjana Bulk have a question. I already read it, but I don't know if the presenter understand the question. I'm going to read it again. This is changing library material, let's say picture ethical, and enhancing or coloring photos? This is the question. Yes, anyone understand the question? Maybe can read it in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen such experiments on colorization of pictures, but we are not using these techniques at the BNF. But yes, technically it's possible. It's also very useful to restore videos, moving pictures.
Okay. So let's go to another question. Thank you, John. The other question said the users are excited about AI. Are librarians equally excited? How is the uptake? Maybe Ayman?
Yeah, sure. So I think librarians are equally excited to the use of AI. Not all of them, but like from my experience, they are equally excited because we are now having and we are getting into a new role. We are seeing as well the importance of libraries and how the library, for example, can provide equal access to all community, no matter how where are they coming from. One of the things that AI users will figure out very soon, that's everything is costing a lot of money. Every upgrade or every generative AI tool is costing a lot of money. Not all students, not all patrons, not all users will be able to upgrade to ChatGPT Plus or Perplexity Plus or whatever plus. So that's too much money, and no one can be able to do that. And then the library, if they can, we can offer them a hub where it's actually equivalent for all students and all communities to use the same resources at the same time, no matter where you come from, no matter how much money you have. We can a little bit fill into the gap of this divide that is getting bigger and bigger by time. That's one thing. The other thing as well, librarians is very, very excited about educating our community of the ethical use of AI and ethical use of generative AI. And that's what from what I have seen from my experience is that we are all hands on board in getting application of AI in libraries, but in ethical way, and how the librarian role has been shifted a little bit toward also in the same manner of protecting our communities and protecting and providing a safe space for all the users, where no matter where they have come from.
It's true. Thank you so much, Ayman. We have another comments. Thank you for sharing all of this with us. Thank you for this inspiring presentation. And also another question. I know that Diane have another question too, but I'm going to read first the question in the chat. Does anyone perhaps have a real life example of an AI project that she started in a small library?
Sure, I can go for this one.
Okay.
Just because I have a little bit of experience in data science, I have kind of provided some codes to create like book recommendation system based on what we have in our libraries, as well also chatbots, and we've been able to edited the script a little bit, and that's. And on the biggest project that we work in as in a small library at the moment is just collaborative work with other small libraries around us in framing the ethical use of AI, generative AI specifically among our students. It's the hot topic at the moment. That's from my experience currently. and also get involved in any project that I could get involved. It doesn't have to be in my small library. It could be in a bigger library. I would never spare like knowledge or time or effort when it comes to work together in a specific project. But purely small library, no collaboration with other. There is a lot of things that still can be done using the AI technology at the same time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Diane, do you have any question, or maybe you can read it, the question of Friedrich?
Sure, it was
please.
just an interesting question posted by Mohammed Khan in the Q&A, and it's a policy and ethical question. And he writes, since most of the students are using AI content in their project assignments, even in research degrees, how will we decide how much AI content is permitted, since every institute is to make its AI policy for research work? So it's I wonder, it's really a question of AI policy at the institutional level. I'm not sure if Iman or Jean-Philippe, the work you've done at the BNF about AI policies.
Yes, but we are not involved with teaching. We are not an academy institution, but at least we have been working on our ethical charter in kind of relationship we have with the private sector, what kind of AI we are implementing. So it's more about an ethic of a business ethic, but we are not involved with teaching, so
Yeah.
it's not so difficult for us than you guys.
Well, so thank you so much. We don't have more time for the Q&A and answer session, but we promise to share our remaining question with the speaker so they can answer, and then we can send la respuesta with you. So I'll give you the floor, Helen.
Yes, thank you, Janet, and also Sanja for expertly hosting the Q&A sessions. It's not that easy, I know, because it is a hot topic, and your guidance ensure a vibrant and engaging discussion and are allowing the participants to dive deeper into the topics present. So thank you so much. And we also extend our heartfelt appreciation to our speakers for your thoughtful and insightful responses, which have added immense value to today's webinar. Now, as we move to the wrap-up sessions of the event, I would like to invite the chairs to share any additions and reflections they may have before we proceed. So first of all, I would like to invite, let's see, it's Uturo. Seems like that we need to pass to Janet Labonde Ramos, the chair of Latin America and the Caribbean Regional Division Committee chair, to share with us first.
Yes, I'm going to talk in Spanish because it's better for me, deliver the message. Quiero agradecer a los ponentes por sus excelentes presentaciones. Definitivamente poder ver planes y procesos sobre cómo se integran herramientas de inteligencia artificial en los espacios bibliotecarios es muy bueno, porque muchas veces conocemos de bibliotecas que lo han integrado, pero realmente no vemos cómo es que se trabaja esa integración dentro de las bibliotecas. Así que me parece muy interesante que Sean haya compartido esa información con nosotros. Siempre digo que la inteligencia artificial llegó para quedarse, que llegó para potenciar nuestros trabajos, a pesar de que muchos de nosotros en algunos momentos las estamos viendo como con ciertas reservas. Pero si miramos en general todo lo que nos pueden potenciar, como por ejemplo todas esas herramientas que nos acaban de compartir, en este caso Iman, que nos acaba de dar muchísimos ejemplos de herramientas de inteligencia artificial, podemos ver que son muchos los beneficios. Dicho sea de paso, quiero agradecer agradecerle a Imán por compartirnos la herramienta de Talpa, que viene ciertamente a solucionar una de las preguntas más frecuentes en las bibliotecas, y es, estoy buscando un libro azul, estoy buscando un libro rojo. Entonces, ciertamente que estas herramientas puedan poder identificar en cierta forma cómo encontrar esos recursos me parece maravilloso. Nuevamente agradezco a los ponentes por habernos compartido esa información. Sabemos que muchas bibliotecas a veces no tienen las capacidades económicas para poder integrar estas herramientas en sus espacios. Sin embargo, Imán también nos compartió unos enlaces de scholarship que se podrían utilizar, así que vamos a animarnos y vamos a empezar a potenciar nuestros trabajos en las bibliotecas. Gracias.
Okay, thank you so much, Janet. Maybe I tried to have a brief summary of what Janet just shared with us. Now, Janet is really positive and to the webinars today, especially learn a lot from both speakers. She really appreciate, especially the speakers show the big pictures of how AI can incorporate into different workplaces, especially in our field, and also the tools, especially the tool that it is very excited to learn a lot of tools from the speakers today. And it is exciting to know that actually incorporate AI into our workplace do not cost much. Even if we do not have money to start, we can try the open source right now available online. So it is exciting. So thank you very much, Janet, for your wonderful wrap up. And then next we will go to Diane Cohen, Chair of the North America Regional Division Committees. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to direct everyone to what I think is a really interesting article that was just published in the IFLA Journal, March 18th, the most recent IFLA Journal. And I think it summarizes for us the work we have ahead of us as librarians across the globe to ensure that the tools and the training and the benefits of AI that we can incorporate, that we can build the skills, not just in large institutions or in the North, but all regions. So it's a survey that was done of the top 40 academic libraries across the globe, bridging the AI gap, comparative analysis of AI integration, education, and outreach. And it just summarizes very succinctly that the results show that 50% of these top academic institutions across the globe offered educational materials. 42% conducted educational activities related to AI, but only 12.5% included AI policies. So there's work to do. We're learning, efforts like this and all the tools on the websites that we've talked about are there for us, but there are significant differences across the regions. I just encourage all of our associations and our institutions to really help our library staff learn, be exposed, experiment, and build their expertise in this incredibly exciting area. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. And then next we will have Ayanda.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you, my colleagues in the Regional Council, and thank you particularly to our presenters, Sean and Imam. That was very insightful. Following on what Diane just said, that we have a lot of work to do. I think for us, our focus area amongst the many should be promoting the ethical usage of AI. And that would link to the last question that was posed on how can we regulate how much content from AI a student can use. I think if there are strong guidelines in the institution and the library is very upfront in advocating for ethical usage, we can teach our users how to cite and not to just draw everything from one source, AI being that source. I think that's the area we can focus on That's what I'm picking. And I loved particularly reference to using AI for users with special needs. That's a very interesting area. That's a very good area to point us towards. It's a good learning point. Of course, yes, we have been just thinking on using it for bibliographic data creation and for easing out all other library users. And for me, the two key areas are the teaching of the information literacy skills in building AI into it and having specialized services for users with special needs. And thank you so much. Iman and Sean, I hope you will be available for us to call on you to present to our smaller communities, because there's a lot more that you can share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much to the chairs for your thoughtful summaries and for encapsulating the valuable insights shared during the webinar. Your contributions have provided us with a comprehensive perspective on today's discussion. Now, I would like to invite the Vice Chair of the Asia-Oceania Regional Division Committee, Sanjay, to share your reflections and any additional thoughts as we conclude this event.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Jan Phillips and Imad, for this wonderful presentation. I think everything has already been said. I have taken a point from Imad's last wording that libraries and librarians will stay in the AI era. So it's a happy news, and yeah, we know, but we need training of librarians, how to use AI, how to use how to train our users to use AI, both perspective. So in that direction, I think a lot has to be done by the associations, by the bigger libraries, national libraries like as National Library of France is doing a lot in AI, but other libraries in the country, what they are doing. So that kind of, collaboration would really impact the use of the libraries and the research in a particular country. So that is my point to make here, because in the developing world, there are libraries with a single person, libraries with a small number of books, libraries having a limited internet facilities, libraries with having electricity problem, and a lot of things. So we have to consider all aspects and put a model forward to keep all the libraries together, a voice of the global libraries. So AI will really help, because when internet first came, we didn't know that it will be used by rural people or not. Wow, now the rural people are using more than us. All the digital things are happening. People are enjoying, even people with no education, no formal education are using internet and Google and Wikipedia and all these things in their own languages. So AI will certainly help the users and the community as a whole. So that is my point to take, and I think bigger libraries should support and adopt other libraries to be able to provide that kind of services, and also the help of robotics, the help of the latest technology to enhance the community in this. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Jan and Imad, again.
Thank you so much, Sanjay, for your thoughtful reflections and for highlighting the key takeaways from today's discussions. We truly appreciate your valuable contributions. And we come to the end right now, of this insightful webinar. I would like to take a moment to thank all of our speakers, chairs, vice chairs, and participants for making this event a success. Your expertise, engagement, and thought-provoking discussions have been instrumental in creating a meaningful and productive session. A special thank you to our organizing team and everyone working behind the scene, including Alexan, to ensure the smooth executions of this webinar. Your dedication and effort are deeply appreciated. We hope today's discussion have inspired new ideas, collaborations, as we continue to explore ways to shape the future together. We look forward to staying connected and working with all of you to advance these important initiatives. Thank you once again for joining us, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, depending on where you are in the world. This concludes our webinars. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Au revoir.
Adiós. Gracias.